time.
That's true.
It's
I
exciting.
feel like that with you too. I do.
Yeah.
And I am safe. I mean it.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty
Jessica
safe...
Kirsten. Give her a round of applause. Yeah. Let me. You don't live. You live here now, right?
No, I live in New York.
You still there?
Yeah.
You've been out here a lot, though.
I mean, I've been out here. Yeah, I was here like 4 months ago or something. I can't live here unless if I had a job, I would live here. But I could never live here unless I had a job, a job.
But when you do your podcast with Sarah, for instance, you do it here?
No, I do it in New York. I have a podcast in New York.
And she flies there to do it, or?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
like people, I interview comics in New York, but I'm New York based because I have a wife and kids in New York.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of anything.
I know that's how I talk. It's Jewish in New York. It's like I'm screaming at someone all the time.
Yeah, because I've just seen you a lot here. That's all. That's why I'm saying it. You know.
I don't like the way you're talking to me.
This is the way I do it. You know what I mean? So you live in New York, but I have to say, you know, when I was using drugs again, right? I remember being really drunk and high. And I forgot I was in Hawaii or something. Yeah. And I curled up into a little ball, and I thought about the conversation you and I had before I went out at the Comedy Store behind that wall.
Yeah.
And we're leaning against that wall, and we were talking about weed and whatnot, you know what I mean, and how scary and this and that, right? But I don't know why, but like when I was doing drugs and alcohol again, I just thought about you and that conversation. I don't know why that popped in my head, but I remember like getting sober again, going, I wish I can see her again. You know what I mean? And tell her. But because I've seen you a couple of times this week. Yeah. I also love seeing you with Sarah, my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. Do you know that we used to bang?
Yes. Mainly. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that seem weird to you visually?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get why the two of you were together. You're both so brilliantly funny. I mean, I understand the connection.
Yeah, but just visually, it looks.
Yeah. I mean, I understand visually why it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even like you know, I had to like
be easy on that. Don't be too descript.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing right now?
What is this?
Yeah, what is this right now that's it's freaking you guys out?
You're doing a pull-up. That's it.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, if she was on top, can I say that?
I am,
right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Her shoulders were up here like this.
Yeah, she's a tall
girl.
Very
that's all.
supermodel.
Yeah, very long torso, and that's all.
And also, may I mention that when you went out, the amount of times that I called Sarah bawling my eyes out and her talking me off a ledge.
Yeah.
I mean, she really, really helped me out.
Yeah.
Talking you off a ledge?
Yes.
She's very supportive and so, giving that way. And
she's
amazing.
Yeah, she really is.
She really is. Just a great heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a great heart, too, even though it's like, you know, protected with a lot of thorns.
No, it's not. I'm too good a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You know, I can really be too open and too loving and giving and get hurt a lot. I have to. I've actually been talking about that and thinking about that a lot. I need to be more protective of my heart. You know, my therapist is like, you need to have a shield, and we need to create a shield. I'm like, what kind of fucking shield? Like,
yeah.
Do I have to carry around a shield like Roman times?
Yeah.
That sounds nuts, but I think I do have to create some kind of shield because I do let people in a little too much sometimes, and I get coerced sometimes, and it's not good.
Yeah, you seem like you have a lot of empathy.
I do.
But when you get angry, do you get angry?
I do.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot. I mean, I get angry on the street and people annoy me, but it takes a lot to really get me enraged if I'm close to someone. But once you cross that line, you're out. It takes a long time, but.
How do you deal with rejection? Do you get really sad like I do?
I do, but I can get back up and keep going. I mean, I think that's the only way. If you're in this business, you have to. You wouldn't be in this business that long if you weren't able to get back up and keep going, right?
Yeah, but why do we do it?
Because we're miserable people. I mean,
yeah. I mean, because when you get back up, you're like, why am I getting back up? I should just lay down.
Yeah. Well, no, because we're sick. You have to be really fucking crazy to be in this business and keep going. We would not be in it this long unless we were out of our minds. You agree?
But isn't the point, though, to get healthier and so we're not sick? And then, so what does that mean?
I mean, I think we keep getting healthy, but you can't. You have to be pretty not okay to stay in this business. Don't you agree?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like once you're really like you can't get too healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
Who in this business is really healthy?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's something in like I remember like last night I went at the Improv, and for some reason the audience wasn't great, and I was just walking down the stairs and I turned to a girl and I go, "Am I out of my mind? What am I doing this for?" You know what I mean? But that's like every time. Like sometimes I'll be doing something, I'll be dancing on stage or in a movie. I'm doing something. I'm like, "Am I out of my mind? This is stupid." You know what I mean? What am I doing this for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, but why do you think we do it? Because we need it.
Well, I always say on stage, like, I think I need the attention and I need all that. But then after everyone's clapping and screaming, even if they stand up, I'm like, no matter what you do, it'll never fill the hole. Like, no matter, like, it'll never fill that hole.
Yeah, yeah.
That comes from Mom. That didn't happen. Like, she never held me enough. She wasn't around
That's
enough.
what
so,
it is.
Yeah, no matter what they do, that hole is deep and it'll never get filled.
Yeah.
And it'll never get filled by pills or pot or Coke or women or anything. So I don't know what will ever fill it, but I'm always looking for something to fill it.
I got holes to fill.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't say that around me.
She's got juicy holes to
I
fill.
know. Stop.
You know what I mean?
Juicy hole?
Yeah. You know what's funny? When
We went through this when I did her.
I don't know. So what you're saying to me
Can't
is
talk. Sorry, Jess. Sorry.
no. Listen, Jess. What I'm saying, and I'm totally cool with it. If your wife was okay with it,
Yeah.
right, and I was okay with it, right, just hear me out, right?
Yeah.
And I go ahead.
Yeah.
Would you?
What are you kidding?
You would?
That's like asking me if I want a bagel with cream cheese.
Yeah, but now
Of course, she's gorgeous.
Let me up the
that's
ante.
a
Can I up the ante?
Ridiculous question.
Up it.
What?
I'm going to up it, right?
Okay.
So what if that's the deal, right? But what if I said, but I get to masturbate?
Oh, I don't care about that.
In the
I think you
you.
would because I'm going to be commentating. I'm
Wait,
like,
what would you say,
that's
though?
it, Jess.
Well, if you were
That's
like,
the
if you
one.
were-
You know what I mean?
you can't talk in German.
How would that go, Bobby?
I don't know. I don't know.
Get on the train. Get on the train.
Get on the train. Get on the train. Get on the train. We're going to Auschwitz. Yeah.
I put you in the ditch.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't care if you were because I trust you and feel safe with you. But if it was a stranger, like some gross guy, I don't think I could do it.
Can
That's
I up the
weird.
ante a little bit more?
Oh no.
Let me up one more level, right?
Oh no. Okay.
Why? All right.
No.
So what have we said? You can do this, right? But at the same time, I make love to your wife.
No.
There he is.
Why?
There's the line.
Number one. I promise you this.
And she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So that's you're lucky. She's
they
not
they
unattractive.
called me 2 Pump Trump in high school.
Oh, it's only 2 in.
Yeah. 2
All right.
pumps, I'm probably out. I'll be
Okay.
sleeping.
All right.
Honestly, just 11 and a half seconds max.
Yeah.
11
It's something 12
I
12
love
seconds.
that
12
it's
seconds.
11
Can I get 12 seconds? You don't
12
have to
seconds-
cut that.
12 seconds
12.
of misery. That's it.
Yeah.
You
12 seconds
are
of misery.
12 seconds of misery is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna be. I'm done.
All right.
Sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's cool. Just in our fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Our swingers club is very. We cannot do anything outside of our circle with randos.
Yeah, we
because
can.
it's just
Okay.
unsafe.
It's unsafe.
Yeah.
Can you wear a Julia Roberts like face mask?
But from what movie? Like Conspiracy Theory from that movie, or
Yeah,
or
that's
Pretty
fine.
Woman? Okay, yeah, all right. Back to something that I wanted to say is when I was in high school, well, not high school, when I was 20 years old, right? I met this guy named Mike Carano, and he was the manager of the Improv in Pacific Beach. This is probably in 1992, a long time ago. And I was working at a coffee shop, and I worked with this girl that was dating Mike Carano. Anyway, one night he goes, "Come down to the Improv because I manage it." He managed it with Dave Becky. You know Dave Becky
Of
from
course.
3 Arts?
Yeah.
So I went there, and Bobcat Goldthwait was performing,
Yeah.
and I just mesmerized by him.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember him after the show. They said goodbye to him, and he signed autographs, took photos, whatever. And he got in a cab and he drove away. And in my head, I'm like, he's going to some fucking amazing party. You know what I mean? He's going to be knee deep in cocaine and pussy, right? But the reality is, he went to a hotel and just sat on his bed sad.
Oh.
But the mystique of it, right? Like a lot of people like probably look at us and go, right? They probably have these exciting lives and this and that. But really, at the end of the day, we're just like the guy that works at Wingstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're
Maybe
Just-
even
we're-
way more miserable.
Yeah, maybe more
Because he's
miserable.
going to Magic Mountain with his friends.
yeah. He's gonna play video games, and
Yeah.
have fun,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
laugh, and like
Yeah. Have you just sat on a couch and just looked down on the ground and just?
Have I ever not?
Yeah. How much? Can I talk about how much sobriety you have?
Yeah, sure.
How much do you have?
Well, I had years,
Uh-huh.
and then I went out during COVID. What I have a year and 7 months back,
Wow.
completely off of everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't working a program. I started smoking pot. My dad passed away, unfortunately, a month into COVID, and I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't going to meetings. I wasn't reaching out.
Yeah.
And he had a very aggressive pancreatic cancer.
My God.
Sorry.
And
Jess.
thank
Sorry.
you. And it was horrible because it was during COVID. So no, we're Jewish, so no shiva, just a wedding. I have a wedding. God, that's crazy. We had a wedding when he passed away.
Weird.
We had a huge Jewish wedding, and
Yeah,
everyone came with masks. No, and so 5 of us just standing there with masks on, just buried.
Can we get into
Suck
that?
it the
All right.
fuck up.
So let me ask you
It's
this,
a
Whitney.
war zone out there.
All right. So Whitney.
That's what I hear.
So what do I do? Should I get? Not anytime soon, but like. You know,
Also, nobody's sane is going to date either of you given this situation. So it's already.
What do you mean?
It's the matter of like. So Nick, so my best friend,
Yeah.
who I dated before, he like lived with me. I mean, he is my biggest priority. Anyone coming in to date either of you has to understand the other person is going to be the biggest priority.
How do you explain that to your new girl?
Like you can't here's the.
I never
it's a-
even thought about it.
You know what it is? It's like having a kid, being like, look, you have to meet my kid. I can't let you meet him too early, but if that doesn't take. So for me,
Right.
when people date me, I'm like, they just have to meet Nick as soon as possible. If they don't vibe, if Nick doesn't like, there's no point in going any further.
I see.
But it's like, I feel the same way always with my mom, in the sense that like if my mom doesn't like my girlfriend, I can't make it.
It's over,
There's just no way it's gonna work, right?
Sure.
You know, so it's like now.
She would have to be very patient about the fact that we do slip up. We do still kiss on the lips. You still call me babe. We do watch the boys together every night.
Okay.
Like we still sleep on the same bed. Like
Yeah, I would
that's
just
a
say,
hard
but
thing
in a world eventually when you move out,
yeah.
right, and you have your own place, still I think that would be a thing where I would have to go. If I'm on a date with a girl, I have to go. Just FYI, my ex-girlfriend's my best friend, and we do a podcast together. And
I think they'd probably know, but
I know, but what if they don't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
then date someone who speaks English and has a Wi-Fi connection.
Right. But I would have to like.
Stop dating people that just got out of underground cults.
Yeah. I would have to.
Everyone's gonna Google you. Everyone's gonna know. You know.
Right. And I just have to say that's the situation. Like, and then they probably ask like, well, is she there all the time?
Here's the irony. The irony is that it is a giant red flag for me if guys aren't friends with their exes. If guys don't speak highly of their exes,
Right.
if they're like, she's a fucking psycho, she's a con,
That's a big red flag.
to
for
me, you're the
as
common
well.
denominator in all
Yeah.
these psychos. Like, what's
Right.
going on? So to me, there's nothing more. This is why I love, before the guy that I'm dating, I got, he's younger, but I really only wanted to date married guys with kids before that had a lot of respect for their child's mother, because that's just so attractive to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm only going to date married guys. They know how commitment works. Like, they know how to stay amicable and respectful to someone that they spent 10 years with. It's
Yeah.
a fucking huge deal. And there's gonna be times where your new guy, you're gonna go have a problem, or girl, whatever. I don't see gender. Where you're gonna go like, I'm having a problem. I need to call Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a man's gonna go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Those things are gonna.
Well, I envision a world where like 3 years down the road, she has a boyfriend named Tony, and I'm calling, yo, Tony, I can't hang these shelves up. So you come over.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, dude, hey, bro, I'm with Khalyla right now, bro. Right? And I go, come on, Tony, come over.
I
So he comes
envision-
over, right? And then we're like, and they go, hey, let's play.
Oh no, you're gonna recruit him into
Yeah.
gaming?
Let's co-op on Stardew Valley. You think so, bro? I go, yeah. And then we co-op, and then like 6 months down the road, I'm sucking his dick. You like that, Tony? I like it, dude. I like it.
Pretty good, though. Yeah.
I think that we're the first culture that's like, that book Committed by Elizabeth Gilbert. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love, which I didn't really get. But this was about how in every culture, like what marriage means, what relationships, and we're like like, we're the only culture, America, like this sort of Western civilization, we're the only ones that involve love at all. For everyone else, it's a business thing. It's about like
Financial
land, and I need someone to be able to watch my kids,
Yeah.
and I can't
Yeah.
afford to move out. Like, it's such a like, no one expects to be like in love all the time. We're the only people that are like, every day I need to have butterflies. It's like for most people, it's just like a business,
Right.
And I talk to friends of mine that don't do what we do for a living, and they're in these marriages that are miserable. And I'm like, why don't you leave? And they're like, I can't afford to. Like, where would I'd have to like call the phone company and separate the bill. Like, it's just it's too entrenched. Like,
Yeah.
we can't, so
Well, why didn't it work out with Nick?
Nick, well, I was a kid. I mean, I was young. I was not yet like integrated or realized as a person. I was codependent, unrecovered Al-Anon, and very much addicted to adrenaline and having to chase someone and force someone to. Basically, he was emotionally unavailable at the time. He had a really intense trauma when he was a child. That is like one of the ones you just don't come back from. I think you guys both get that. Lost someone in his family. In front of him, saw it happen.
Oh, wow.
And he just there's certain traumas that if you were to do like 20 years of psychotherapy, you might be able to build some neural pathways, but
Right.
it changes your brain forever. And he's just shift. And then he had cancer later in life just from like stress and stuff. And then being raised by parents that had lost a kid is very hard, because when parents have lost a child, it's the child that is surviving. It's very hard for anyone to console anyone because everyone's in so much pain.
Right.
So it ends up being just like emotional neglect, and they say something like only 90% of couples that lose a child end up breaking up because there's just there's so much anger.
Yeah.
Why weren't you there? Why it's just you can't
Wow.
you can't move past it. Like the only way out is to just move on and just try to pretend it didn't happen, like denial, And so so he was not able, like neither of us were really able to have any kind of intimacy. Neither of us had healed these invisible wounds. So it was just kind of the perfect way for me to cut myself by like chasing him around. He was like everyone in Hollywood wanted to date him. He was like this big screenwriter, and just because he didn't want to commit to anyone because he didn't want to invest in anyone and then have the inevitable pain of a breakup because he was just pain avoidance.
Right.
And so I just was obsessed with him because it made me feel like shit to like chase him around and then ultimately it was like we're soulmates. We're meant to be best friends. We weren't meant to date, but I didn't know how to start off in a platonic relationship. I thought the only thing I had to offer the world was sex or my body. So it didn't even occur to me like this person that makes me laugh so much that I just want to be around all the time. Like we could just be friends.
Maybe we misread the cues up front.
No.
What do you mean?
Like, when we first met, we had that strong feeling of like, why do I feel so like deeply like bonded to you even after the first date?
Trauma.
Right? Yeah, I think, but we didn't really talk about the.
I just think that subconsciously that you just find your person that you relate to on that level. I feel like you can just read them. You know what I mean? In a sense, you know what I mean? And I think that's what our initial bond was.
There's like a comfort, right?
A comfort, yeah, right? We hate the same things, authoritarian figures. You know what I mean? That's also, I think, a result of because my dad was such a menace, right? That's why I hate Trump so much. You know what I mean?
Neo-Nazi Theo.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep looking at neo-Nazi Theo when I say
I hate Trump so much.
And I always look at you. I don't know why I always look at you.
Or is Theo Nazi Theo? We don't know.
Yeah.
But what I'll say is, sorry, I don't. This is not my place to say, but I don't think you have to like pathologize yourself for having fallen in love. It's not like I had trauma, that's why I loved you. It's like no, I mean it's like you're gorgeous and amazing.
There's so
and
many-
hilarious, smart. As someone that knew Bobby for a while, and you came along, I was like, she is so like calm, like you just like move through the world with such like a calmness and a grace and whether it's from your trauma, the work you've done, or having been a nurse, whatever it is, you're just like water off things. Just like
Here's what also when I date a girl, like I've had women, right, that I've dated that she wasn't in the business, right? And when you introduce them to that world, they act cray-cray.
Yeah.
Right? They don't know how to act. You know what I mean? You're at somebody's house that's like a celebrity or whatever, and they take selfies with them and post it online. Or that one girl I brought to the upfronts, and she gave her card to the president of Fox,
Yeah, headshot.
saying that I'm a comedian. Right, and she's like, "What the fuck is this? This is a dinner, bitch." You know what I
Fox,
mean?
and that's Fox News. Like,
Yeah. That's Rupert Murdoch. Yeah. But my point is but she was the first girlfriend that I had that I thought, oh, she can navigate right, in every social situation.
Yes.
A chameleon
Yep.
in many ways. And she could read.
trauma.
But
Yeah, I think it's trauma.
chameleon, that's we can both do it. I mean,
Yeah.
but people that can shape shift that easily based on the way they had to do it as a survival mechanism
Right.
can also be very dangerous people.
Yeah.
She's able to shape shift and survive any situation you throw her in without being an inauthentic and full of shit person.
Yeah.
Because I used to sometimes conflate that and be like, oh, this person could just like be this person at this event and this person at this event, and then you're like, oh, you're just a sociopath. Like
Yeah.
you were lying to me this
That
whole
is
time.
extremely scary. Like people who are able to kind of code switch on, immediate. Yes, I do understand.
But
that
you
that's
know what
scary.
you have to, we all know what we have to do to
Yeah.
get through a party or whatever.
Mine
but then
is-
you're
yeah.
authentic when you're not.
But can I say the greatest night when it solidified to me that you were the one was
10 years. You'll be the one for about 10 years.
Adam Sandler's Christmas party.
Wait, ice skating.
Yeah, yeah.
At the bowl, ice skating and
Yeah, where he had
Were
the
you
band.
there?
hockey.
You, were you there that night?
At Pickwick.
Pickwick.
Yeah,
yes.
Pickwick. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
does it every year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I went one year, and usually when I go to those events,
That's
I'm
where
there-
every year I get to go find out which actors are so short. It's my favorite thing to be like, Steven Dorff is like 5'1".
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love this
Steven
party.
Dorff really that short?
Yeah.
So usually I go to those places. I'm there
Steven
15,
Dorff.
15 minutes tops. I say hi to who I need to say hi to when I leave.
That party's
right?
a nightmare.
Nightmare. But with her, I went there. We were there for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Just running around.
Fun.
And giggling and look at that person and going to all the areas and it was the first time where I went, I'm actually having a really good time in an environment that I dread usually, and that's when I knew this is gonna work. You know what I mean?
It's also interesting because I hear I don't know the answer because I am lone wolf is my energy, and it's not something that I totally, from what I understand, it would take a very long time to change. I don't know if I'm even interested in changing it. I wasn't socialized a lot as a child. I'm very good on my own. Like I'm an introvert by nature, which I did not know the definition of this until actually kind of recently, is that introvert and extrovert. Introvert is that you derive energy from being alone. And extrovert is you derive energy from socializing. I have friends that they'll go to one bar and they're like, let's go to another one. Let's go meet these people. And I'm like, aren't you exhausted? Like I have friends, they'll do a dinner and then a drinks and then they'll go to a late night. And I'm like, I'm always like, is that cocaine? Is it I'm exhausted. So, and it's nothing personal about the person. I just don't, I'm not, so I'm really like being alone. I'm like good at it.
too.
I understand it. When someone else comes into the mix, I just like my ADD and perfectionism. It makes me kind of resent the person if I'm around them too much because I feel like I have to be on my best behavior all the time and I don't want to show them. It's like this. Like the guy that I'm dating now, he's in my house and I go to make coffee and he's sitting there and I'm like, do I have to be like, do I have to offer? Because if I offer it, I have to always offer it.
Well, no.
I'm setting. Well, that's what I'm saying. But there's
You
this
have to set the
pressure
precedent,
when you're
yeah.
cohabiting or coexisting with
Yeah.
someone. Every decision you are signing up to think about them every
Right.
time you're doing something. And
Right.
I am wired to really caretake.
Yeah.
So that's just.
Yeah, you're talking about the interview.
The interview, yeah.
Yeah. I was not in that.
Can you believe that ruined all the people that worked at Sony?
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
That movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're fucking leaked all their emails because of that.
Oh, that's right.
And
I
they
remember.
all lost their jobs because they were just regular people. Like, have you ever looked in your texts and just to see like how good or bad you are? Like to type in the N-word in your search text.
What?
See if anyone's ever typed
I'll look
in,
mine up right now.
said
Sarah?
if anyone's ever
sure.
I'm
sent
actually
you.
curious. Hold on.
Wait. So in my email, if I
No, right here, right
Yeah,
here.
on the top.
Right here.
Scroll down on the. hit
all
search.
my messages.
Yeah.
All right. So this is interesting.
First, let's start slow. Let's go with.
Okay.
All
Well.
right. So
Ooh, wow. Hold on. Oh,
yeah.
this
all
is
right, I'm gonna go KUNT.
No.
it's
Yeah, I know. See you.
Who do you? Just say who you've had.
All right. So
conversations.
I'm gonna tell you the three.
I want to say her
Three
name.
came up with. Ari Shafir was number 1. Number 2, you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and number 3, Josh Price.
My top are you. My second is Tiger Belly Crew. Delusional.
Okay, what about you, Bert?
I think that one came up.
Tom Segura.
Really?
But I can't.
You can't read-
I can't
I
read
can't
it.
read
I can't
any-
read it.
I can't read
it.
any of these either.
But I can show it to you, and you'll go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Or let's try. You want to try the N word now?
Yep. Let's go.
All right. Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna bleep this.
Nothing. Whew.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. How many do you
Not
have?
for
babe?
me though.
Yeah.
I have one from a friend of mine
Yeah.
who is, I would have never thought it would come from, but it comes out after she says fucking Christian something.
Yeah. I have 4.
Why'd you say-
I have 4.
Tell me with who?
I have.
time code those for me?
Just bleep them, right? Or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep them.
The names?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is interesting. I feel. How many do you have, Bert?
A lot. It's all from the same person.
How many?
Well, I have a lot of black friends too.
Oh, yeah.
So that's typed in there, but I can't really say this one. I'll tell you. Can you bleep this out?
Yeah. Wow.
That
No,
somehow doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me.
that doesn't surprise me.
It's a tweet he must have sent, and so all the ones I have are times people have said it, and people are going, "Hey, did you see ... No one's using it.
Yeah.
No one's
No
using
one's
it. But
using it in that way.
They're talking about, did you see ... And so yeah,
That's,
I did that in my email one time. 'Cause I'm a good person, but I don't know, like,
Yeah,
So
I think you are.
I typed it in my email, my search, to see if it's ever been emailed to me, or I've ever emailed it, and it came up, and it was in my book. I wrote it in my book, and I was like, oh fuck. But it's on. It was growing up in Florida. That word. I'm also 49, so like growing up in Florida, that word. I had a joke that had that word in it, and I wrote it in my book about going to school at Tallahassee. It was the first time I actually like heard like people saying it. And it was like caught us off guard. But yeah, I try to.
it's a terrible world and word.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah, I hate it.
But okay.
You what are you gonna ask me? Can we do something positive? Like,
Yeah, let's do
let's
it.
Google
All right.
something. Let's search something positive. What's a
Okay.
positive?
Okay.
One.
Put a positive word.
What's a positive word though?
Let's,
Not love. That's too.
How about
That's,
rainbow?
rainbow's a good one.
I'm never gonna have that.
Let's see, rainbow.
Ooh, I have a lot of rainbows. Rainbow
Wait, wait.
roll. Let's go more from rainbow roll. Sushi.
I have
It's all food.
2 rainbows.
It's all. Mine's all food too.
I have
Rainbow beet hilarium salad.
Mine are from my best friend Gardo and then Esther.
Hey, Bobby, Matt and I are trying to start an anti-rainbow movement.
Oh, who?
It's not positive.
I swear to God.
It's Happy Pride Month for.
I know, but that's literally what somebody fucking texted
What does it
me.
say?
Hey, Bobby, Matt and I are trying to start an anti-rainbow movement.
Did you reply?
No.
Like the actual rainbow. They're trying.
I
to
don't know
stop
anything
rainbows?
about. Look, first, this guy's. I've
cover-
never responded to this guy.
Cover your phone.
No, oh, yeah.
cover your
Well,
phone.
there's no. Oh yeah.
Wait, they're actually trying to stop rainbows or the rainbow movement?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Do you have any rainbows?
A couple. with
Yeah.
food.
Give me something. One more. Let's do one more
Let's
positive.
do one more. How about love?
Love is too much.
It's in everything.
It's in everything.
But who's
All
your
right.
top?
Anal sex.
Yeah,
Anal.
Anal sex is good. Anal sex is positive.
Just put anal.
Anal.
Mine's Shane Gillis.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have. Ooh, I'll tell you who mine's with. So anal. I got number 1 hit was Pete and Carlos Herrera. Number 2 is Sosie Bacon.
Yeah.
And number 3 is Jules, talking about expressing our dog's anal glands.
I had one guy, I can't say his name, but he says, I'll get the Chinese anal COVID test too.
Okay.
What you give the most random?
I have no idea what that means.
I think you have anal issues.
Is that so you saying to somebody or someone just saying it to you?
Someone said it to me.
Yeah.
I think she used to do anal. She has anal herpes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anal make one whole. Oh, this has got to be bad.
What is it?
Confucius say.
No.
Are you being real? Seat Geek? Seat Geek? Seat Geek.
Oh.
You guys, Seat Geek is my jam. I'll tell you why. Per Kreischer, right? He's doing shows.
Fully
I might
Loaded
do
tour.
some. Fully Loaded, right? That's where you get your tickets. SeatGeek.
When I bought Juliana her Harry Styles tickets, I went to SeatGeek. When I buy my Dodger game tickets, I go to SeatGeek.
SeatGeek.
When I watch Bobby Lee at the Improv, I go to SeatGeek.
Yeah, whether it's concerts, baseball, basketball, football, festivals, or anything else, SeatGeek puts tickets from all over the web in one place to make buying simple.
Okay,
SeatGeek rates every ticket from 0 to 10 to make sure you're getting a good deal. Green means good, red means bad. SeatGeek.
That's pretty easy to follow, don't you think?
I love it.
You can get $20 off your first purchase with the promo code BELLY at SeatGeek.com or on the SeatGeek app. That's promo code BELLY for $20 off your first SeatGeek order. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
SeatGeek.
Download the app today.
SeatGeek. Sakara! When you nourish your body, you can transform your life. With Sakara's delicious plant-rich meal delivery program and functional wellness essentials, you can be in the driver's seat of your own health and experience true transformation. We have Sakara at home, dude, and I get like really good, pure nutrients inside my body.
And their salads are so
They're so
delicious,
good.
you
They
guys.
really are.
Sakara is a wellness company anchored in food as medicine, on a mission to nourish your body through the power of plants. Also, they're like...
Their nutritionally designed, chef-crafted breakfasts, lunches, and dinners are made with powerful plant-rich ingredients, helping boost your energy, support your digestion, curb your sugar cravings, and get your skin glowing. I love glowing skin. Plus, it's all delivered right to your door.
Oh, I love their protein powders. Have you had their protein powders?
Of course I do. That's what I
Their
live on.
plant protein powders. They also have teas, you guys. They have the metabolism super powder, and they have their newest functional snack, Bobby, the super seed and nut blend. You guys, these are organic, ready-to-eat meals that are so delicious, chef-crafted, and you can get breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Absolutely, guys. And right now, Sakara is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when they go to sakara.com/belly or enter code BELLY at checkout. That's Sakara, SAKARA.com/belly to get 20% off your first order. Sakara.com/belly.
You want to look like Bobby at 50 with his smooth, glowing skin?
Sakara.
Then start with Sakara.
We talked about earlier, I don't know if if your cameras were on, but so in terms of comments, right, when people do negative comments.
I don't know, he was a road guy, did
Yeah,
cruise
yeah.
ships and all that stuff, and then he opened up that club down there, and then there was like a 6-week class, and then at the very end, you'd write a tight 5, and then you would perform it in front of like an audience, and that first like pop that I got, that was like, I never felt some like that. The was it endorphins, the rush, I guess. Like I'd never felt that before, and I was like, oh shit, this is like I almost like blacked out. That 5 minutes flew by.
Yeah, anyone listening to right now, what Trevor is, I'm saying people live in fear, right? And people get scared to try things. What I'm saying is that you should try whatever it is that you want to do. Try it because that sensation, even if it's not good, even if it's terrible, just the attempt to do it.
Yeah, get a finger in your ass.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It makes you feel.
You get a finger in your ass. You know, that's where the male G spot is.
Yeah.
We talked about
that
this
out
the
there.
other week.
About this extensively.
We talked about that.
I just know
last
people
week.
listening are like, what is he implying here? But try something new.
Yeah.
So,
You think there's a
G?
G-stop in your G?
G-stop?
Yeah, there's a fucking roundabout up in that bitch.
A cul-de-sac. Just,
All right, G-spot,
yeah.
right? G-spot in your anus.
Yeah, I think that should be the title of this episode.
I know, but have you stuck your finger in your anus?
Not my own.
Right.
Not my own.
I don't want to talk about it because we talked about assholes with Dominic last week, right?
Like 4 hours.
Yeah, for 4 hours we talked about
Oh, wow.
assholes. So I don't want to talk about assholes.
Yeah,
right
we want to monetize this episode.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you, as a comic, young gun? What do you watch for entertainment? Do you play video game? What do you do?
it's TikTok like an idiot. I just scroll TikTok until my thumbs hurt.
That's what she does.
Same. Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of shows. My girlfriend watches a lot of TV, but I don't know. I just like the impulse and kind of just keep busy because I can't sit still for too long. I start fidgeting, and that's what's great about TikTok. You're constantly doing something, but like TV, I'm just sitting there,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. It just feels.
But do you have ADHD or anything like that?
I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm always just. I need to be doing something. I can't.
If
like,
you're
sit
watching television or a show with your girlfriend, do you feel the need to scroll at the
something.
same time?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a slow scene. If somebody's crying, I'm like, all right, Instagram stories. It is. You know?
You got bad grades in high school?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah,
2.7 GPA.
Yeah. So I think I'm not a psychologist because that's what I have. I cannot sit still. but I've been trying to do. I know, but Tetris now. You and I are Tetris.
We, for some reason, decided that Tetris was back in the mix. So we're both just really hardcore into Tetris, and it's just like it takes up like 16 hours of our days.
Yeah,
Like the classic one, or is there
The
a new
classic.
app?
just on our
Classic.
iPad. Just but there's like a 3-minute one where you know what I mean, and it's like it'll say you're ranked number 10 in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And in your head, you're like, I gotta get 5.
And you're going down to Craig's, be like, bitch, seat me now. I'm not Let me get a table.
Yeah. Last night, since you don't watch this, I want to recommend something. I've been watching. I watched Long Lost Family
Again?
again. You know what it is?
No, I don't. I just thought it was funny. Again?
Yeah, it was a show on TLC. Right?
TLC's got great shows.
Thank
You
you.
really do.
I like shitty TV. 90 Day Fiance is my jam.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
good.
Married
Us
at First
too.
Sight?
Yeah. What's it?
Married at First Sight?
Yes, all those
Love
are
is
great.
Blind?
Love is Blind. I don't really watch. It's like I watch shows that are on flights, you know, because you fly so much. You're like, oh, great, this is on here. But every once in a while, I'll go through like a phase where I got to watch it. And 90 Day Fiance was that for me. I became so invested in that show.
Right. Yeah.
And I used to like in high school. My parents both went to work during the summer, so I would just watch like Jerry Springer and Amari just sitting on the couch, just piece of shit, just drinking Mountain Dew, watching it.
So you didn't watch Squid Games or anything that's pop?
No, I didn't, because honestly, it got too much hype to the point where like my levels of expectation were too high. I was like, I don't even want to, like, all the spoilers were already out there. There's too much going
Right.
on. But that's why I like 90 Day Fiance. You can flip on any given channel, any given episode, and be like, oh, this is good.
Very easy to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy to follow. Yeah.
Who's your favorite couple lately on 90 Day?
I haven't watched the newest episode, but I will say,
The necklace guy. What's the one we had on?
Ed?
dude, you know who
Ed
it was?
Rose?
That one's good, but there's this guy. He had really intense I think he's from Canada. He had really intense like bags under his eyes, and he was like a men's coach,
Wait, how do I not know
and
him?
he was like dating a girl in like Washington. If you type it in, but this guy was like he taught like male like strength seminars.
This guy?
Yes,
Oh my God.
you know
The
him.
guy from Australia.
This dude crushes. So he's like, so he does like
You could have just said Indian dude.
Yeah, the guy's
No, I don't think.
You don't have to do the fucking,
No.
you know, the raccoon eyes that they have.
I thought he was Canadian.
No, he's not. He's from Australia. And I think he's actually from Mauritius.
Yeah.
I don't.
And he had that girl.
But yeah, the girl on the right, but like he's like a men's guru. And the best episode in the history is he's talking to like 9 women on like why women are dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
And and how they edit it, it's all these dramatic zooms on these ladies being like, there's no dudes here. You're bombing right now.
That's because his entire identity was a fraud.
I mean the whole show's like
Right,
very-
but the whole time I was watching this season, I was like, somebody get his thyroid checked, because clearly that's exophthalmos, this thing, the bulging of his eyes.
yeah. And then the girl
That's
like called him
racist.
out.
He's just Indian. Anyway,
No, he was great. I did watch Tinder Swindler recently though.
we saw that. We love that.
I just like how he calls everybody enemies. That's great. Just really, just the lady taking your order in and out, enemies. Anybody. I like that. That's fun.
But let me pitch Long Lost Family to you.
I'm in.
okay? It's basically, you know,
You won't be for long.
No, if it's on TLC, TLC has got some great shows.
So it's like, you know, either you know, somebody was given up for adoption. It's either the mom or dad looking for their son, or vice versa,
But who is it?
through adoption. Like when parents give their kid away, or a mother gives their kid away at
Right.
birth, and then, you know, 40 years down the road, you know, the mom goes, I'm trying to look for my kid. So they find the kid for them, and they reunite, right?
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. It makes me cry, right? But let me ask you something. If because there was one where some guy found out his mom was still homeless.
Oh,
Yeah, would you? I don't even want to go down this line. I'm just saying that if I just hear I'm going to go a different direction, right?
I like the first one. What were you doing?
What was the first one?
I will in a second, okay? But I think this will clear it up. If I was like given up for adoption, and I looked and my parents were Rockefellers, I'd be like, yeah, mommy, right?
Right.
But it's like if the reverse happened, would you? I don't know. Be excited?
So if you're looking to find your mom, you find out your mom's homeless.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely try to help her.
Yeah.
I know, but there's what we don't know. Like what you know?
Because you're a guy who's only looking at what he can get from people,
Whoa.
not what he can give.
Get the Range Rover, Bobby.
Get that
Get that Range Rover. And this time I only want one door on it for you and you only.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You know what? I think you're right. I would be excited because I could give them a sandwich and they'd be happy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't want this is what the constant calling like it's mom again. You know?
You think she has a phone?
There's no calls.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Wow. Maybe I am shallow. You think I'm shallow?
Sometimes.
In that way, I am.
Sometimes,
yeah.
yeah.
I love
Like if you had said something else, like I'm just afraid that she's gonna continually hit me up for like let's say she had a drug problem, right? I'd be afraid to, I don't want to be the enabler. She's always gonna want to hit me up, and then I'm always gonna want to give her money.
That's a long what I was thinking.
That was not.
Yes, it was. 'Cause what if
I
you have-
could feel it. I
George,
felt
right? Could you feel it? Right? That's
There
what I was
is
thinking.
that thought where you're a month in, and then all of a sudden she's just like, "You got any more aluminum foil?" You're like, "You didn't make any food. What are you doing with that foil, Mom?"
Yeah. And she made a hat or whatever. Yeah, my point is that I feel like they're gonna hit you up a lot, and it's gonna become like a codependent relationship.
Yeah.
It just seems like more just added problems almost. What? Argue. Go ahead.
Okay.
That's the assumption that all homeless people become, homeless because of one thing, but it could be many things.
That's true.
We live in a tough country.
We live in a tough society.
I saw a homeless guy recently going up Laurel, and he had a sign, and at the bottom he had his Instagram handle on it. And I wanted to hate, but I was like, honestly, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
And
You remember it? Let's shout him out.
No. This was like 3 months ago. My biggest thought was like, what if he doesn't follow you back? That's devastating.
That would yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what he gets. That's how he gets, because he's really obsessed with American Idol. So what he does is, like, last week he was just on the couch, just going through every single contestant's Instagram.
See if they follow him.
And then being like, dude, I love you. You did so great. If you need tips, hit me back up. And I'm like, Bobby, what tips are you going to give him?
No, that's not true.
And
That's
then,
a lie.
And then if they don't, listen, I'm not done. And then if they don't, I do know one thing about you that I find super interesting is that before you were on Impulsive, you worked for Lovesack.
Yeah, the giant beanbag company.
And you went from working there to basically being on one of the biggest podcasts, like, in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like, being like, okay, cool, like you have a healthy corporate job, and then boom, now you are at the mercy of public opinion.
And Logan Paul. Listen, I never assigned much of a value or sentiment towards anything in life, because that job in corporate was chapter 5,000. You know what I'm saying? That was past, waiting in line at the methadone clinic in 26-degree weather for 6 years with people, throwing up all over
Do you
themselves.
still do you go to meetings or no?
I don't anymore because I'm busy. I should, and I think that
I have my own meeting.
You do? Really?
I do.
What night is it?
It's
we
a
can
day.
talk
It's a
about it
daytime
after.
thing.
Yeah, I would 1,000%.
You'll love it, dude.
I would love to go to it. I would love to help.
I'll let you know afterwards.
Okay.
It's a great meeting.
I'll definitely come to
Okay.
it. I'm gonna start sweating again. I'm not, but it is a weird topic, because I think in a lot of ways I've cemented myself by way of my book as kind of like a thought leader in the space of recovery.
There's not one way to do it.
But
I agree.
yeah, but no, I don't like to. I don't promote any of that type of activity. I like, for people who are a year, 3 years, 5 years into their recovery, people need to lock in and be sober 100%. I just, honestly, to be completely transparent about it, I'm still battling a lot of shit in my life, and still battling
Addictions?
a lot of trauma. Not substance ones.
Like process?
Yeah, process addictions,
Porn.
whether it be food, whether it be sex, whether it be any of that
Yeah.
type of stuff, but that's not really what it is.
I'm
It's more
stuck in
just-
that kind of behavior too, my friend.
Yeah, but
It's hard.
But the program helps you with it. No,
I know I still have these process addictions, these side things that I really have to take a look at, because I obsess on things, and it's all to escape how I feel and what's really going on, and I can see myself doing it, and I'm very aware I'm doing it. Like insensate, like even like watching TV shows like Shogun.
Yeah.
I'll burn through it all at one time, just so I don't have to like deal with anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets he has like fixations. So let's say for instance, like he's rewatching season 5 of The West Wing. He will watch that over and over again. Like if he watches on that season of The Voice, he will watch each audition. I'm not kidding you, Mike, 30 times.
With the hope of discovering something new.
I always do. I always discover something new.
See, like the way you treat that with that like obsession to like rewatching the episodes is like, for me, it's like how I talk to myself in my internal monologue is like really bad. And I treat myself very like I have a girlfriend of the past 7 months now, which has been really helpful for me in terms of being a little bit more structured. And she's like, dude, like we really need to talk about how you treat yourself. Like you are terrible.
What do you think about what they say about how our parents' external dialogue to us as children become our inner monologue?
Last week, while talking to my mom, whenever I go to a therapist or talk on a podcast about it, I talk about how my childhood was incredible. My parents were together at least up until I was 14 when they got divorced. We had a house, we had food to eat, like table stakes for like, you know, a good life, especially when you look comparatively to what a lot of people go through in this world. And I was talking to her about it, and I was like, you know, is there any reason like I would feel undervalued or like I wasn't good enough? And she looked at me like, do you not remember what it was like being like working alongside your dad? Like I would go mow the lawn, and she's like, he would come in and be like, yo, he can't mow the lawn. Like, this is terrible. I'm just going to have to go and do this myself. Like, you're never going to be able to, like, you can't do this. Like, I would go to help him, like, try to fix the car, and he'd be like,
you're not good
You're doing
enough.
it wrong.
Yeah.
Just step back. Let me do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, like, I love my father.
But what if you were doing it wrong?
I was, I'm sure, but I was 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was probably shitting
That's
wrong
a
at
scary
the time.
part about parenting. It's like for them, it's a regular Thursday, and to us, we hang on to those little details when we're young because our
100%.
heads are and our emotions are still like our brain isn't fully formed at that age. Like we're hanging on to their every word, so they're how critical they are of us does become our inner monologue. Like my mom's voice replays in my head every single from the moment I wake up to the time I close my eyes, and it never ends. I can intellectualize and say, hey, like this isn't truly how I feel about myself, but that monologue keeps running anyways, and it takes a lot of effort to kind of shut that off.
So what do you do when you have a kid? A kid paints, like, draw something,
If there's
and it's not good, right? And they go, look, mommy,
Well,
no, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
Can you be my mommy
Well,
in this scenario?
Whenever my
No, let me.
stepkids-
I'm a
Okay,
kid
go
right now. You play the mommy.
Okay.
All right, mommy. What are you combing your hair for?
Women brush their hair.
He's good, dude. He's good. You gotta get
You're so good.
Prop comp.
You're a prop, right? Mommy.
Yes, sweetie.
Yeah. I do this. Do you think it's good?
Let me see this shit.
Don't
Swear.
yeah. Yeah. Do you think it's good? That was supposed to be fire engine.
No, it's not good. That's it.
Give it back.
Let me try again. Go tell your daddy.
Okay. That's not. Don't be a parent then.
Huh?
That's not good.
what's your instinct say? What?
Oh, what? You be the kid. Give me a comb.
Wait, tell me. Oh, I'm the kid. Oh, I'm the
You're
kid.
the
Oh,
mom.
wait, I want to be the mom. I want to be the mom.
Well, the next scenario, you'll be the mom.
Okay.
Okay.
Mom.
I'm right here, sweetie. You don't have to yell.
Mom.
Yes, yes, sweetie.
Remember the dog died last week? I made a picture of the dog to remember him by.
Let me see. Huh, sweetie, that looks like a fire engine. So try it again. It's not good. Get the fuck out of here.
Whoa.
Too much. A little too much.
Mom.
Yeah.
I want to do methamphetamine.
Oh yeah, that's how they do it. All right, here. All right, so you'd be the kid now.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, here. You're the mom.
You're the mom.
You have the comb.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah. Don't touch it because it's gross.
Okay.
I wash my hair.
It's
Mommy.
Stop.
It's little. It's,
Stop.
he's Italian.
No, I have to know. So what kind of kid is this? Because that was a little strange.
What?
Yeah, what kind of kid is this?
Mommy.
French? What is that?
Now we're
Is it a
British.
European kid?
How's that?
Yeah, what's going? Oh, you want a different? Oh, you draw.
Do I have to answer in the same nationality?
I think you have to. So you
Okay,
got to match his
okay.
fucking nationality. And action.
Mommy, I drew a picture of my pet cat.
Okay, stop. Can you go lower on the voice? You sound very like puberty already.
He's a child.
I know. Mommy. Don't
Mother.
sound like a kid. Be
Hello,
more kid-like.
mother.
Be more kid-like.
Yeah.
Action.
Mommy, I drew a picture of my pet cat. Take a look.
Was that Borat? Is that Borat's
Yeah,
child?
It's for it.
Well, it is a very nice picture.
Yeah.
It is a cat, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think, Mommy?
Honey, you keep working on it. It is very good stuff.
Sweetie. Yeah, sweetie.
Dracula. What are you doing?
What did our daughter, our son, paint?
It is the cat.
Let me see the cat.
Yes.
Whoa. It's a beautiful cat.
Think, Poppy.
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 Ah,
What? I can't even pin an accent.
I don't know what accent this is anymore. You have 3 different accents.
this is insane. Stop. It's like a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's a
That's it.
nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
He's like, may I?
Okay, anyway.
No,
You're not playing a kid
Yeah,
anymore.
no, that was horrifying.
It's horrifying.
But as Bobby, as a parent, you have to be poker face, even if you think it's shit.
Okay.
You gotta be like, hey,
Bring back-
thank you for this.
That's your comb?
Yes, my breath.
You keep that in your pocket.
You put that in your pocket?
How goes?
Oh.
What else is in that pocket? What else?
What brand is that? We?
No, it's the wet one. It's the wet brush.
Oh, wet brush, okay.
Let me see.
Yeah.
You got a Louis Vuitton wallet? Is it?
No, a guy from Chinatown.
Okay, Chinatown Market. Oh, the brand.
No.
Oh,
No,
because
actually
there's a
Chinatown.
brand they had to actually get rid of the term Chinatown. It was offensive to the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's just called Market
Yeah.
now.
Let's
They just
do-
got rid of the whole like brand and just
Let's
called-
go to a Dune 2 review now.
Two.
Welcome to Dune 2 Review Show, starring the cast of the Bobby Lee podcast.
We sat down after one of our podcasts and we decided let's reach out to comics we haven't had or performers that could be guests on Tiger Belly. So what I did is I went to my phone, my contact
Here's
list.
what I'll say. I think when listening to the Neil one, Neil Brennan, which I love, by the way, it is weird because you like don't want to ask people to be on your podcast because it's like you're like, but so many people ask. We don't normally have to ask.
Right.
Am I making any sense?
No, I don't get what you're
Well,
saying.
just when Neil was like, "How come you haven't asked me to be on?" I would shoot myself in the head before I'd ask Neil to be on my podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you're like, well, why haven't you asked me? And I'm like, why haven't you asked me? It's just like there's no like there's no consistent procedure yet.
This
protocol.
is beyond that. This
Okay,
is beyond
sorry.
that
This
nightmare.
is beyond that nightmare. So I went through my whole and I was, there's some names in here. I was like, you know what? They're gonna say no, but I'm gonna reach out anyway, right?
New Bob.
New Bob is like, I'm
Has
gonna,
self-worth.
yeah. And so
Bobby Lee.
So and people that had said no in the past, I reached out to like Sebastian Maniscalco, and he wants to do it now. We're trying to find a date. And there's other ones. So I went down and I got down to the T's, right?
Titus.
And I saw Daniel Tosh
Oh, yeah.
in my phone under
Are
D Tosh.
such a fucking masochist. Oh my god. Okay.
All right, so I go, hey, it's Bobby Lee. This probably isn't your number anymore, but can you do my podcast, please? I love you. That's what I said. He responds right away. He goes, Bobby, I would love to, brother. Here, have your folks send me the details. And he's like, thank God I didn't change my number. Right?
So sweet.
Sweet.
Lovely.
So I go, thanks, dude! Exclamation. He goes, of course, I'm honored. And I almost cried. I'm like, oh my God, that's something's going on.
Is he a Scientologist now? What happened
Yeah.
to Tosh?
So the next day, it says, Bobby, your podcast today. I'm so sorry about you and Khalyla. He goes all into it. And then he goes, then this is where it gets fishy. He goes, let's get together this weekend. I'll be in LA. It'd be great to catch up. Love you, man. So I'm like, wow, he's religious or I don't know. Like, I'm around. It's been tough. Let's get coffee or something. Let me know. Then he responds right away, say strong brother, and then this and that. And then I look up at, I don't have his picture saved, but I look up into this photo right here.
Oh my God.
And it says
my
Tosh. I don't know what that means. So I Google Tosh, and it's the same Indian guy.
Wait, I didn't even know this.
I told you, Whitney.
Sit down, please.
I had such secondhand embarrassment over
Oh my
this.
God. Wait, who is this guy?
Right.
He's
I don't.
CEO of.
So
A diverse person?
Yes.
right. So I saved D Tosh, and I should have put Tosh as the. Anyway,
It's okay. It's
I saved it as
Googled
D
him.
Tosh. So then I go, hey Tosh, I thought I was texting with Daniel Tosh, the comedian. Sorry for the miscommunication, misunderstanding. Ha ha ha. I'm so sorry. And then he goes,
Hold on, let me stop you. Hold on.
Yeah.
The fact that Tosh sent you to his people is the craziest part of this.
Wait, who is he?
Exactly.
But I looked him up. He is the CEO of this company. It's like a tech company.
What?
So like he does have people.
Why is he in your phone?
but this is how I changed, because in the past I would have gone, I'm just gonna have him on my podcast.
The fact that he didn't.
We always
This
have this guy, Tosh, some random guy on our podcast,
CEO.
just because I fucked up on the whole thing.
Tosh. Yeah, he's the founder of Charge.
We got to have him on.
The fact
I
that
think we have to have him on now.
He
I think
should
we
have known, like, this isn't for me.
Yeah, so in my head, right, I'm
A
like,
narcissist was like he. I'm sure this happens. Anyone that has a name similar to a famous person, it happens all the time.
but they don't have a similar name.
Daniel Tosh and Tosh.
Yeah, that's his first
Okay,
name.
if a comedian that is not known for having all
Right.
the cards in the deck texts you about his
this is how-
podcast, he should have deduced like, oh, he's probably talking about Daniel Tosh.
Right. But this is how dumb I am and how I don't read things. So his initial response was, love to, brother. Have your folks send me the details.
By the way, in the fact,
Email.
like, I already knew it wasn't Tosh when he was like, I listened to your episode of Tiger.
I know.
Sorry about
But
your
this-
breakup. Like,
he goes, miss you so much. Vix and I got to see you at the comedy club a few weeks ago.
you should.
So in my head, I'm like, who's Vix? I don't know no Vix, all right? Because I know Tosh's
Can you
wife.
imagine Tosh watching a comedy show?
I know, and he would have called it the store, not comedy club. I mean, there's just so many signs. But in my head,
And
I'm,
he's like, I saw your skit down at the comedy club. You're like, what?
yeah.
How? Yeah.
Yeah. So not only did I not fuck you, man. Fuck you.
When he came home and told me this story, I was like, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of my
Remember I called you and I called him. I called him. Don't email the guy.
I was so disappointed. I bragged to so many friends. We're going to finally get Daniel Tosh on for the 5 years.
Have you?
I love
Do you
that
have
guy.
Tosh's?
No,
have
I
you
don't even
tried-
have his fucking number, dude.
You have his. Can we FaceTime him?
No, don't FaceTime now. I'm so embarrassed. Please don't. Not right now.
Well, you just don't respond. It'll go away. You just have to not respond.
No, I already did. I said. I mean, he said he at the
apologized.
end. I apologized, and at the end he goes, "It's all good. Yeah, it would be the first. Cheers."
Okay.
But now I have to get Tosh on here, just for like at least 15 minutes, and go.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Would it?
We,
I feel like we milked that for all it was worth. I
Yeah.
feel like that was the perfect ending to the story,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Anyway,
over.
so do you think I handled it well?
Not particularly. But yeah, that's just a nightmare. But the bigger question is, Tosh, has he ever done a podcast? I'm trying.
That's why I thought, oh my God, he
the
doesn't
fir-
do all the
you're the
other
first
ones,
one.
right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
this is going to be great for me.
It was
You know?
worse for me because when he said Khalyla, sorry about you and Khalyla's I was like, he knows who I am. I was so excited.
Yeah. And then, don't get me wrong. I mean, if I saw Daniel Tosh on the street, he would hug me and we'd talk.
Of course.
I mean, he's the nicest guy in the world, but I just don't have the kind of relationship with
Yeah.
him like I have
Yeah.
with others. You know what I mean?
It is weird though because there are sometimes that comedians, especially now after the pandemic, I think people who they really are is coming out. People that used to be toxic are kind of now like healed. People have had to make a decision at the age we are whether they're going to heal or stay assholes. And sometimes people that were rough or rude or that you were scared of now are like, hey man, so good. They've people have come out the other side either better or worse in a way.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense with all these cancellations, or I don't know what it is, but there's been a little bit of a reckoning, and like I was really nervous to ask Gabriel Iglesias to come on my podcast.
Oh.
Like I was just like I don't really know him. I'm a fan. Like I've seen him, but we're not like, I've never. He's just like always selling out stadiums. He's not at the Comedy Store hanging out. And I DM'd him, and I was like, he'll probably never respond. And I was like, hey, do you want to come? Right away. Yep, absolutely. I'm there in August. I'd love to come. And it was like, of course he would be like that, but it was just kind of
One of the nicest guys in the world.
Get
Gabriel on there.
Yeah, I love. Hey, not before I have him on. And
I want to see if he'll pick up for me right now.
but I'm just saying, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Of course he's nice, but there are times where someone that is really nice wants to do your podcast right away, or like, this is cool. I guess it's,
I don't have his number.
sometimes it's surprising. I get what it's like to go you were intoxicated by just that. Yeah, the answer yes.
Yeah.
And I think there's something really sweet and sort of innocent about just going like, yeah, this is Tosh. He's just this guy now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Not that he's not that guy. I'm just saying that,
but
like,
he's no comic.
there's no way he's going to respond with a gigantic chunk
Anyone
of
that
detail.
is a comic that's coming on the podcast is going to, I'm not going to talk about the breakup here. I'm going to talk about it when I fucking go on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A comic would have held it, been like, see you the 15th, not going to say anything else.
Right.
Well, I'll save it for the content.
Also, I should have just looked. The biggest giveaway was I should have just looked at this upper photo of an Indian guy.
Yeah, but your vision's not good lately.
I'm going to update it. Name and
Just
photo.
delete that person.
No.
You can't. You're going to make this mistake again.
Now he's on the thing.
You didn't, based on those rectangles, those are
Long
those are
paragraph.
rectangles. Those are vertical rectangles. I could have told, you could flip that around. I could have told you that wasn't Tosh from over here.
Oh, right here. That's
Yes,
long.
that's
Yeah,
not
there's no
Tosh.
way. There's
Not
no way.
Tosh.
Yeah, they're one sentence.
No.
Yeah. Like Sebastian's. I can read you Sebastian's.
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, I can read you Sebastian's. Sebastian's is
This is a fun game. Let's go through. Let's do this. Last text Santino sent you.
okay, so yeah.
Let's do last text.
This is usually
Last text of
This is usually